Hello again, my name is Ben, here on today with another mock showcase, and here with me this time is a robot I like to call the Rogue Hunter. So, yeah, here it is, here I am. So story-wise, not much to say about him. It's a bit of a rogue AI built by some company, nameless corporation, to design the ultimate killing machine. It ended up going rogue and fleeing the facility, and just now it's making its way around the world, just being a hunter and being murder for hire, just an assassin. So that's why you can call him the Rogue Hunter. And he's starting off size comparison, starting with the figure. You can see it's quite an imposing figure, quite tall, and yeah. Anywho, starting off with instructions, starting off with the feet. For this one, I wanted to try and do a few unique things with like the feet, the arms, and the legs, and stuff like that. So you'll see here, the feet are using these armor plates from not Hero Factory, but CCBS from the 2015 TOA. See these in the armor pads from in white from Kopaka. They're attached onto some jumper plates, which have the tendency to not be the most secure, and they occasionally fall off. You see some 1x2 plates with the teeth on them. No real reason for them. The bottom, you'll see the 2x3 inverted slope, and they're attached onto some hinges to get the angle right. And then up here, you'll see a 2x2 tile in light gray, just to give it some, tiling so it doesn't look too ugly. And then on the back, you can just see how the slopes or the hinges are kept in place, and the socket joint. On the lower leg, bit of a different design from what I usually do. 2x4 tile in white here. Take that off, you can see how some of that's attached. All that's attached. 1x2 plate on the back. It's one of those TNT ones from Minecraft. You don't really see it, so it doesn't really matter. But you'll see how the leg is attached here, the lower leg joint. And you can see how the upper one's attached. See some tiles, some grills, and some slopes there to keep it all smooth. Put that back on. Now for the upper leg, there's not much to go for here, or not much to say about it. Usually, mostly just basic construction. 2x4 plate on the bottom to keep it all secure. See one of these spinner pieces to keep it all, or to add a little bit of detail. See how it's all held in place. Take out this 2x4 red tile. See, using one of those plates, the studs on the side plates to give the tiling on the front. They're different because I had lack of parts, but it keeps it a little unique, I guess, and not totally symmetrical. And on the back here, using more of those studs on the side plates, you can see use some of these grill slopes to act as vents for the robot. Take out the sniper and we'll go over it later. Because it just makes it harder to see it all. For the waist, there's not too much to go over here. You see a slope here, taken from a Ninjago set, which is where the sticker's from. It's a little awkward looking, but it serves its purpose. You'll see a tile on top of that, and not really much to go over there. It's attached onto a hinge. Oops, the blade fell off. Some of these things get in the way. But for the torso, the first thing you'll see is this bit of a belt. As for what's on it, see just a dish here. Not really a real reason for that, just something to add on to it. And this on the side, using this clip, lightsaber blade, and some studs and a cylinder. It's meant to act as a grenade. Doesn't really fit in his hand. It's a bit too small. But it's just to add a little bit of detail onto the belt, which looks pretty decent. And then on the side here, the aforementioned blade, which is attached onto a hinge. And you'll see the binocular piece to keep it in place. It's using a flick fire missile to keep the base part. See a little red blade on it. It goes, I'll explain its use for later when we go over the weapons. In the other part, you'll see a bandolier. You'll see these little pieces here. They're these T-bars, I guess, with these red bushings in them. No real reason for them. Just thought it looks, just gives something to add onto the bandolier without it looking completely bland. And then this up here, this would be a type of missile, which I'll go over later when we go over the weapons. Just take that off for now, because it'll be saved for later. And as for the rest of the torso, see how it's attached. You can see you get some swivel motion. Though, whenever holding the weapon, it can be a bit loose, which is why I prefer to use this little 2x2 inverted slope and attaching it right here, which keeps everything secure. It's a little hard to see the details over the bandolier and the belt, but you see a little bit in there. Some of these slopes here, these just more slopes and just tiles to keep it smooth. See a couple open studs, but they're mostly covered by the bandolier. On the sides, you'll see some bricks using some studs on the side. So just see some tiles and some grill slopes in red. Get a little bit better look on this side. As for the back, you'll mostly see some inverted slopes to give it more of just bulk on the back. This little compartment here opens up. Not really to reveal anything, I just put it there because I thought it'd just be a little neat, I guess. And really not much to see here. This spider, like these pieces that are used for like Spider-Man's webbing, I used on the back. They're attached with some studs on the back. Or, yeah, inverted studs. And it's all held together. Not really like an actual belt, but it's really just for looks. As for the arms, they're mirrored on each side, but we'll go over this one. I tried using some different techniques for the elbows, but you'll see on the top just some standard mech fare, or just robot using the 2x2 bricks with the socket joints. Over here you'll see a bit of a shoulder pad using some these 1x2 plates with the studs on the side. This one just using a 2x2 jumper stud. Oops, my bad. Trying to get the focus. And then on the top, you'll just see some more jumper studs, jumper tiles with the 1x2 tile. On the back, you'll see a dish piece and with one of the R4 heads, just light gray. And then it attaches on a hinge to give it a bit of an angle. And there you'll just see a 2x2 cone, or not cone, but cylinder with one of these sloping pieces on the side. For the lower leg, well, you see how it's all attached onto some hinges. See the 1x1 plates with the clips on the side. Using this 1x2 brick with the bars that line up and then give it a bit of elbow articulation, which I think works pretty well. A lot better than some of the other methods I use because the joints usually get worn out after a while. But anywho, sides of this, you'll see some more of those like circular pieces to act as like gears, to give it like a bit of greebling detail, just give it a bit more of a mechanical feel. But as for the lower leg, or lower arm, my bad, you're not really seeing much else there. There's some armoring on the side there, some slopes there, and more of the dishes. And then for the hands are different on each side. This one's built the way it is, just to hold the weapon. On the bottom, you'll see some grills stacked as more vent detail. The side, you'll see another slope to give it just more that red. On the side, you'll see this part here, which is for the weapons, which I'll explain for in a bit. But as for this one, it's a lot more simply designed. Didn't mention the Exoforce fingers, but yes, they're using Exoforce fingers. Whoop, it's the camera. But yeah, so this one in the middle is white, and then the other two are black. There's a grill on the side. This jumper plate, which is for the weaponry. And that's it for the arms. Forgot to mention there's a bit of an antenna here where the bandolier is attached. As for the head, it's a pretty basic head. I was kind of struggling to think of a good head design, so I just went with a pretty basic one-eyed robot-looking thing. See, it's using studs on the side, using the 2x2 brick with the socket joint. See, R5 head, and then just the trans 1x1 stud, blue stud, or tile stud, whatever, to act as the eye. On this side, you'll just see some of the circular plates and tiles. And on the other side, you'll see some grills, a lever to act as an antenna, and just a 1x1 red plate, or tile. Also, this lightsaber bar, or lightsaber blade, hilt, my bad, attached with a little clip to act as a bit of a scope. Kind of outdoes it for the most features on it. Overall, I'm pretty proud of it. Some of the different techniques give it a unique look. But as for the weaponry, as I keep mentioning, obviously we have the aforementioned blade, using some cones and some cylinders and Technic bushings and a simple blade. This is meant to be attached on the side to act as a close quarters blade. It's a bit too far down, I'd say, so it doesn't like have that much reach. But I'd say for close quarters, it looks pretty decent, or works pretty decent. As for this, it's mostly just meant to be on the arm as a bit of a wrist gun, because didn't really make any real guns other than the sniper, of course. And speaking of the sniper, just gonna get this right over here. Put him down for a second. The sniper uses one of these Technic spring shooters. So it doesn't have the spring, like the missile in it itself, because it couldn't fit it, because I had to build stock. As for how that's attached, let's see. This attaches over here. See the jumper tile. And then you see all that's attached. See the 1x2 plate and trans blue. all this built up. And the stock attaches for here using the slope, and then it just goes out. There's that. And then this to act as grill vent detail. All that attaches for the barrel. You'll see this little harpoon gun here, and then just this all just extends out using a bunch of Technic pieces. And then it attaches to his back. On this side, you'll see the bricks or the studs, and it just attaches to the inverted studs on his back, which you'll see there. So saw before. As for attaching onto the hand, you'll see the Technic pinholes there, and on the arm, we just move this out of the way. On the arm, you'll see there's an open push. There's an open pinhole or pin here, and then you just attach the gun over here, and it kind of just locks into his fingers. Just fold in his fingers, and then now he has his sniper rifle, which I think really completes the look, and you know, looks pretty good. But yeah, that kind of does it for the video so far. So yeah, it's been a while since I've uploaded, just to get all this out of the way. It's been almost 2 months. I think it has been 2 months actually. Yeah, getting moved in and all was a bit stressful and hectic, and you know, having to unpack all this stuff was quite a bit. But eventually I was able to get this all together, and now I'm feeling pretty comfortable. Not really sure when I'll upload again and really get back into the swing of things, I guess, and you know, start uploading more frequently. But this isn't exact, but I will eventually, just not sure when. But you know, with all that being said, just hope you enjoyed the video. Hope anyone who sees this likes it, and hope you'll stay tuned for any more content I make, I guess. With all that being said, goodbye.